morning, everybody. It's a grey Sunday morning in London. I'm here with the delightful Shabir, pharmacist, Victoria Health co-founder, with Jill, who's in the bathroom, and she's got on, let me just show you, if you don't know Jill, her lovely red shoes, and we got Lucy answering questions. So this is going to be a session on sleep, and we're talking all things sleep, and we're going to go through solutions. You've left hundreds of questions from yesterday. So we're going to be talking about what you do when you wake up in the middle of the night. We're going to be talking about how to get to sleep. We're going to be talking about if you wake up exhausted from too little sleep, what can get you through the day.
Yes.
What is enough sleep we're going to talk about.
We are.
What is enough sleep? Does CBD work? Are we going to talk about that too? We can talk about that, can't we?
We can.
Fantastic. So I think we'll start off with a general intro to sleep from Shabir, because he's like the fountain of knowledge. And then I'm going to take some of the questions you left yesterday, and then we'll open it up also for questions. And in the meantime, we'll hear about lots of great products that are going to help us. Anything we mention in this is available at victoriahealth.com. It's where I go to for all my vitamins. It's where I've gone to for about 3 years. I bloody love it. They do the best research and they have the best products. That's all I can say. And because we're not on Facebook, usually you have a click below, but we'll leave that later, and we will post this up as a video later on too. All right, Shabir, where are we going to start?
So we're going to start basically with the fact that we normally think of sleep as being a time for the body and the mind to shut down, but actually the reverse is true. Sleep is a very, very active period for the body.
Okay, I love your take on this. Explain that so we understand
So all the information that we have gathered during the daytime, that's got to be processed. It's sitting in our short-term memory banks, and rather like a computer, the brain starts to take some of it out, put it into long-term memory, and it tends to put some into its deleted files.
Yes,
and some that we may recall. So it has an automatic. I think it's to do with the fact that what we perceive to be important, that signals the brain and tells it overnight that that's what I'm going to do with it. So that's one part of the equation.
So there's a lot of activity going on.
A lot of activity is occurring in the brain. But the other thing that's occurring within the body whilst we're asleep is the manufacture of hormones. We're talking about chemical production. We're talking about numerous processes that occur. Growth of cells. Remember, the body's trying to repair itself from all the damage that's been done during the daytime.
So I think a lot of us, or some of us, know, we've heard before a little bit, this is a time our body repairs itself. But the way you say it there, I just feel there's so much going on.
There's a hell of a lot of neurological and hormonal activity occurring whilst we're sleeping, and we don't think of it at all. We just take it for granted that we're going to just go to sleep.
Okay.
So a hell of a lot to occur.
So
this is why I thought that from the consumer point of view, I thought people talk a lot about beauty sleep. And I thought we'd just touch on that subject before we go on to the main topic of sleep. But perhaps we want to take a couple of questions.
Should we take a couple of questions first? But yes, let's take a couple of questions. So I'm going to now go to my questions. I now have to work out how to questions. There. Oh, I've done it. Okay. So questions. I just got to wimp down here. Don't think it's right for you to... That's a different one. Okay, so there might be more than one. So let me just see questions there, if I can go to other ones at the top. No, I can't. So we've got to take them from you, darling, because I'm getting questions about my clothing.
How to get to sleep when I've been asleep for a few hours and wake up?
Yeah,
right,
that's
so that's a common occurrence, and the thing is, we always tend to recommend that if you've suddenly woken up, say after 3-4 hours, you haven't had your 7-8 hours, whatever the case may be, don't just lie there, and you've got to do something in order to try and get your mind to tire down and wind down. And some people may, but obviously you're not going to go and exercise and hoover or anything like that, because that's just...
But some people feel, I sometimes feel, if I get up, I'm going to activate my body too much, and therefore it'll be hard for me to get to sleep, but you're counteracting that a bit.
A small amount of chamomile tea might be good.
Yes.
My tip is always if you can get decaffeinated green tea.
Why?
Because green tea is rich in theanine, and theanine is an amino acid that switches your brain down. It creates alpha waves which relax your mind.
So green tea,
decaffeinated green
decaf, can actually help to calm. Right, chamomile tea is that. It's getting up and putting the kettle on and getting back to bed, taking it to bed. All right. So are there things we can take in the middle of the night that you would suggest, or do you feel it's a time of...
I mean, we've always said that cherry night has been one of our staple favorites, and if you haven't tried cherry night, then
should we start with cherry night? Because I do have
it
in
great
here.
product. I do.
Okay,
I
so
do.
so this is something that, just for those of you who follow Shabir and I, that when we talked about menopause, and a lot of your questions you left yesterday, ladies, are about a menopausal lack of sleep. And Shabir prescribed this for me when I was saying I can't sleep very well, menopause. So here it is. It's a powder, and I'd sort of take a tablespoonful. Is that too much? And it tastes fine. It tastes slightly sweet in water. But why is Cherry Night, and how does it work?
Well, Cherry Night has been one of our staples in terms of recommendations, because cherries are great and rich in melatonin.
Yeah.
So they're supplying you with gradual levels of melatonin which your body will build up. And of course magnesium. Magnesium's very, very important for people who have this restless sleep. So they go to sleep and they keep on waking several times during the middle of the night, because magnesium is required for the production of a neurotransmitter called GABA, G-A-B-A.
Yeah.
And GABA is responsible for giving you deep sleep.
Ah, so the combination of the two. So
it's great. It's not comprehensive.
Yeah.
Because I have something up my sleeve.
Okay, you do. Of course you have something up your sleeve, always. But can I ask you, if I take a tablespoon of this, is it the same as taking 1 3-milligram melatonin pill?
No.
It's not.
There's no
comparative?
You cannot compare at all.
All right.
And this is a small amount of melatonin, and using it on a daily basis will gradually up your levels of melatonin.
Okay, fine.
It's
So
not-
Cherry Night is good.
You just cannot have a direct comparison.
So best for menopausal lack of sort of people waking up.
Best for anyone who's got insomnia or sleep problems.
Yep.
Obviously, the longer you use it, the more beneficial it will become, because your magnesium levels will build up, your GABA builds up, and GABA it gives you deep sleep.
Okay, great.
But there is another supplement that we can
Okay, tell us. I want it now then.
So
I want
brought
it now.
this along
Right,
because not everyone wants to take a powder.
That's true.
So we've tackled two aspects of sleep.
Yeah.
So we've tackled on trying to increase melatonin.
Yeah.
And we've tackled trying to increase GABA levels. But of course, we haven't talked about cortisol. Now remember...
Okay, to remind the audience, because cortisol, they need to see you, darling. We're very narrow today, and I know Shabir's thinking. But tell me, what is cortisol? How does it affect our sleep?
As we age, most of our hormone levels age with us. Mm-hmm. However, our adrenals have to produce cortisol because this is our flight-fright hormone.
Yep.
So, if we're faced with a situation, we're going to run away or we're going to fight that situation.
Back to our animalistic instinct.
Animal instincts. But cortisol, unfortunately, blocks the uptake of serotonin. And serotonin is your mood-elevating hormone that is converted into melatonin at nighttime. So basically, women going through the menopause will find that their female hormones are down, their cortisol level increases, so they feel a bit anxiety, panic attacks, whatever, varies according to the individual woman. But their sleep patterns will be affected because that decrease in serotonin, has resulted in a decrease in melatonin production.
Okay, so this is going to be the solution to...
So I brought you a supplement
levels.
called Sleep Tight, which contains magnolia.
There we have it.
But it contains a lot more than magnolia.
This is by, what's the
World
name?
Organic.
World Organic. Everything's available at victoriahealth.com to make it easier. Sleep Tight with Magnolia helps promote natural relaxation.
Yeah.
How's it going to work, Shabir?
So Sleep Tight contains magnolia extract. So magnolia physically relaxes muscles and nerves, and magnolia also works to reduce cortisol levels in the body. So if you reduce cortisol, you increase serotonin, increase melatonin. So that's one part of
Okay,
it.
but is that like the supplement Magnolia rhodiola that I take with my menopausal ones? It's working the same way?
A bit like that, but a lot more comprehensive from just tackling sleep.
So I can take both together? Just so I know, because lots of
you
ladies for menopause do
take
take that.
a Magnolia rhodiola supplement alongside Sleep Tight.
Okay.
So Sleep Tight also contains hops. Hops are used for brewing beer and all that kind of thing. Well, hops are rich in B vitamins. So hops have a natural sedative effect, and of course the B vitamins work on nerve function. Sleep Tight also contains the most historic herb for sleep, which is called passion flower, Passiflora incarnata. Passion flower, the leaves of the passion flower contain a compound called harmine, which sends alpha waves to the brain, which tends to shut down the brain, tends to relax the brain.
Okay, this sounds like
Much more than that. This
yes.
also contains theanine, which we talked about.
What, the B vitamin?
Decaf green tea.
Yes.
Well, that also contains theanine from the decaf green tea to try and again switch your mind, wind your mind, and kind of increase alpha waves, which relax the mind.
Would you ever take the two of these together?
Yes, absolutely.
You would. So this is going to kind of help you get
absolutely.
to
There's
sleep,
no
and this
harm
is
whatsoever.
Well, I love this. I'm going to take this from tonight. Okay, all right. We're going to do another question now from our questions. Lucy, I'm just going to see here if I can also get these questions up because I want to try and.
So,
yes.
what can you give young children to help them sleep?
For young children, there are natural remedies, but obviously, I mean, those are the remedies that we tend to use at the end when everything else has failed.
And
But
just to say, when we say young children, we've had ladies asking, they sort of 4, 6, 8-year-old kids, and they're light sleepers.
We're talking about remedies that are available for children from 1 year and upwards. So we're talking valerian and passion flower that we talked about earlier, specifically for children aged 1 year and above, and the dosage is based on their body weight. So you can actually help to induce sleep through herbs, provided you use the right supplement. And I haven't got supplement here.
Okay, so tell me which ones we should be looking for.
It's by Eclectic Kids.
Okay.
Eclectic Kids, and it's called valerian and passion flower tincture.
Oh, great.
And you literally put a couple of drops of the tincture in some water, obviously 2 to 10, depends on the weight of the child, and you use that half an hour before.
If they, do you think with kids, I mean this is a very one-on-one basis, but if they do this for a while, there's no long-term effects, I imagine.
No, we're hoping.
Does it help they'll get in a
We're
pattern?
hoping to restore the cycle time back, because remember the crucial point always is trying to get this circadian rhythm back, trying to get the sleep wake-up pattern back. For a lot of people, shift workers is a classic sign. They just can't get this pattern back, and they've got to think of remedies that will help them. They've got their pattern the other way around, so they've got to now work the other way around. Think of jet lag. You know, we started
think we're in one country and not.
Exactly.
So if somebody, because we had quite a few shift workers and people who work on airplanes and things like that who just say they're always out of kilter. Do you feel then that the combination of these two would be forever, or because the thing is it's always going to change when they're sleeping, isn't it?
Sure. I mean, these remedies will definitely help them, and they are definitely safe to take on an ongoing basis. Certainly. What are the other options? The other options are to take
Sleeping pills.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not everyone wants to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I've done on and off sleeping pills, and I've talked about this here. And I, in the end, have occasionally taken Zimmervein, which is one that I feel has the least amount of that. I feel some sleeping pills, you wake up groggy, you feel really overtired, you have bags, you know, there's very long-term effects.
I think the odd time is great, but people are wary of the fact that they just don't want to be dependent on them.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the problem.
That is. Okay, but these you feel, if you took these every night, because they're natural things in your body that are occurring anyway, and it's triggering those occurrences.
I mean, we're giving the body magnesium. Remember, we talked about magnesium in cherry nut. Sleep chat's got magnesium.
Do you have magnesium here?
I do, in terms of, I brought it along only in terms of flakes.
Okay, why flake? Oh, for the bath?
For the bath. Because obviously that was one of my tips for sleeping.
Yes.
Because we talked about taking magnesium in supplement form, but why not put it in the bath? Because magnesium chloride from the flakes will work very efficiently. It'll be absorbed transdermally.
Yeah.
It will relax the muscles.
Yeah.
And you will increase your magnesium levels that way.
So just before you're going to sleep, nice hot bath.
Nice handful of those into the bath.
Maybe a bit of lavender.
Yeah. Well, that was my next tip.
Yes, come on.
Not everyone wants to use bath salts.
Yeah.
There's a great aromatherapy bath and shower oil, but obviously we're not going to think about showers because showers can be invigorating.
Yeah.
So put a few squirts of that into the bath. Now, this is Beat the Blues.
Can I just say, I know Beat the Blues because I know the smell and it's fabulous. But is this new, a shower gel?
It is relatively new.
A thing, let's just sort of get some out there. It takes a while to start it up there.
There we are.
So it's a shower gel. Yeah. It's not an oil. Or is it an oil?
It's an oil. It's a bath and shower oil.
Can I just say I want to go like this. It smells so good! But it smells incredible. I know this room spray, and I know that I've used this and the office use it because it just makes you feel... Yeah. It makes you feel well. So how is that smell of Beat the Blues working at night?
It's the power of aromatherapy also. You've got petit grain.
Yes.
Which is really, really relaxing on the mind, trying to switch it off. And then you've got the grounding of clary sage, sweetness, muskiness. Yeah. That's relaxing on the body. So one is relaxing the mind through
Yes.
the aromatherapy effects, and the other is relaxing the body.
How much
So
do you
they're
think
grounding.
they work, aromatherapy oils? Because I just wondered if you have a really, like I remember with Lila, hi Lila, if you're watching, when she was a baby, I would do rescue remedy at night, you know, on a long plane, but because her body was so pure, the tiniest thing would really calm her. But, you know, if we're putting lots of stuff in, do you think Clarisage is going to have an impact? Or do you feel you have a very clean body?
No, I think anything that we know that aromatherapy oils definitely do work. We know that. But I think it's just a question of anything that supports sleep. We're not saying that using the bath and shower is going to make you sleep without anything else.
Yeah.
We're just saying it's a supportive aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
and
just
of
put
course,
that again because I love this so
Liposomal,
much. Liposomal. It's such beautiful. They also have a roll-on, which I love, but it's just an amazing, amazing aroma. Okay, does this work? I've seen this so often. I've been given this at hotel rooms. Very expensive.
I just thought I'd highlight it to you. So
Yes.
you've got lavender, vetiver, obviously, and chamomile.
Yeah.
Traditional aromatherapy oils that
Have a little squirt on your shirt. Can I make your shirt sleepy?
Yeah.
So you can put this on your
absolutely pillow.
On your pillow. So I'm just going to show you. Go in the thing that it doesn't stain. Yes, it's nice. It's sort of, there's something lavender. It's the lavender that feels quite clinical, isn't it? And then what else is in there?
Vetiver.
Vetiver. I can smell only a tiny bit of vetiver.
And chamomile.
Yeah. So this on your pillow.
So this on your pillow, again, we're saying this is a supportive aid. It's never going to be a primary aid. For primary usage, you're going to need either a supplement or you're going to need your sleeping time.
Great. Okay, perfect. All right. Should we take a couple of questions whilst waiting, either from online or from what we've had before?
Is sleep tight specifically for menopausal women, or can men take it too?
No, men can take sleep tight too.
I mean, men can take cherry night. And
Yeah.
men as well, ladies. Yeah. Ladies and boys. Ladies and men. Yes, I never say men. Ladies.
Is melatonin safe to take long term?
Do you have melatonin in here?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, can we just have a chat about melatonin?
Okay.
Do you sell it?
No.
You don't? Why?
We've always been cautious about recommending about supplementation, and I don't think it's even totally legal to sell melatonin.
Because I think people in England, if you take it right now, I know friends of mine take it from their doctor on prescription.
Yeah,
you can get it on prescription in the UK.
But you cannot. You should not be able to buy it
over the counter. And in America you can a bit.
And in America.
All right. So do you think if you have got, because there's some people there whose doctor might be prescribing it for them.
Yeah.
Do you feel it works? Is it because we talked about getting back into a cycle?
It definitely works. There's no doubt about it. The problem with melatonin has always been twofold. One is finding the right dosage.
Yeah.
So because you can get melatonin from 0.5 milligram all the way through to 5 and 10 some people.
Mm-hmm.
And finding the right dosage for you. And the second problem has been the fact that, and this is a problem that I feel is important, is the fact that if we're going to supplement melatonin in this synthetic form, is not the pineal gland, the third eye, going to shut down completely? At least it's producing some melatonin at the moment. Isn't it just best to give it natural sources of melatonin, like from cherries? How wonderful is that, as opposed to a synthetic version? That's my question mark against it.
That's
it's
great.
just a question mark. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I feel.
Right. So it's not that it's not working. So if you're being prescribed it, it's not that it's not working. Your doctor might think it's a great alternative to sleeping pills, but this is just Shabir's opinion. On the fact that if you can get the most natural form, it's best to go that.
If possible,
if possible. Can we talk quickly, because I know you've got lots of other things we're going to talk about, but CBT.
CBD.
What do we think CBD? Because many ladies have, it's so the rage now. I know for a while on Victoria Health you sold it, but then you had to take it off.
Yes.
But just how do you feel about it? I went into Revital, a shop on the King's Road, and it's like, I'm suffering from sleep, and the person says, CBD oil. It's like a band-aid at the moment.
Exactly. Everything that's wrong with anyone, CBD oil seems to be touted for.
Mm-hmm.
CBD, we know, definitely works to relax muscles and nerves. This is how it works to, this is why it's prescribed for epileptic seizures and things like that. So if the theory of relaxation of muscles and nerves is correct, then it should, like all the other supportive products, help to relax. it does not have melatonin. It does not replace all those sort of things. It does not reduce cortisol.
Right.
You need sleep is a very complicated issue. It's not just, as I said
It's
before,
layers of
it's
things.
not just one thing. It's hormones, nerve functions, chemicals, brain activity, all sorts of things are occurring. So yes, CBD will relax your muscles and nerves and may help you in that way, but directly, no, I think there are far better things for sleep than
Great, good. That should be his opinion. And for those of you having great success, wonderful.
Please continue.
Please continue. Exactly. Yes. Other questions, darling?
How long do supplements take to start working?
Yes, like cherry blossom.
I think it
wait a couple of weeks.
It's 2 to 3 weeks is a must for any supplement. You have to allow, but some supplements may take longer. But it all depends on, as far as sleep is concerned, how much cortisol you're producing in your body. So if you're a highly strung up, stressed person, this thing is going to take a lot longer.
Are there other things that you can recommend we should take if we feel we produce a lot of cortisol, like an adrenal kind of supplement?
I mean, the Sleep Tight is aimed at supporting the adrenal. So you've got ashwagandha in there.
Ashwagandha is very good, yes.
Which is a great adrenal supporter. What it does is it's trying to balance the levels between adrenaline, which is your energizer, and cortisol, which is your stress hormone.
Fantastic. All right, what else we got here that's going to be interesting?
I think from the sleep point of view, I think I've covered.
All right, so we've got some other exciting things here. Shabir always brings in the bathroom things that we never thought we needed on the life, and we're going to go on to them. But before we do, any other questions on sleep?
Will less sleep cause weight gain?
Absolutely.
This is interesting, yes, because lots of people get worried about this. Tell us.
Absolutely, right. So remember, what if you're not sleeping well, one of the first things that a lot of people do is get stressed up about it.
Yeah.
So, one of my tips was always, think about relaxation techniques and things like that,
yes.
CDs and things like that. But that increase in cortisol stimulates the pancreas to produce more insulin.
Okay.
Now, insulin is the fat depositing hormone of the body.
Mm.
So where are your fat cells located? All here. So you are going to put on weight in time.
It's not just
sleep
about
and weight gain has a direct correlation. Lack of sleep, and weight gain.
Because people would say you're awake longer and you eat more, which is not the reason why.
No.
It's more this cortisol.
There are people who will snack in the middle of the night, and if you are going to snack, please don't have a simple sugary snack or a carbohydrate snack. If you are going to snack, have a high protein snack.
I mean,
at least a high protein snack will give you some increase your serotonin levels, which in turn will increase your melatonin.
What I take sometimes is I take hummus and celery, because I heard celery was very good. There was something in it to make you calm.
Oh, I must check that out.
Check that out, because there's some ingredient in celery that does that, and I don't know if that's an old wives' tale or it's something I did. Come back to me on it, yes. Lucy, other questions?
How to beat the afternoon slump?
Yes, if you sort of feel, this is more a, so there's one thing I think we want to reiterate here is that having 8 hours sleep, if you feel you haven't had 8 hours sleep, doesn't mean you haven't had enough sleep, because our body, how much does our body actually need?
Okay, so it all depends on, as far as adults are concerned, between 6 and 8 is considered normal. And please don't stress if you've had 6, nothing to worry about. It's just some people we have genes for sleep, by the way. Our sleep is also controlled by genetic material. But it varies according to the individual, but it is between 6 and 8 hours. So if you have 6, please
don't feel stressed by it. I mean, I have about 7 hours and I'm fine with it.
But of course, if you're a baby needs 16 to 18.
Yes, exactly.
Adolescents 11 to 12. And so
but what about that person? There might be some things you have here, but the person who has that, I mean, I'm going to answer what I think, but when they said they have that 3 o'clock slump, I feel it could be to do with what they're eating at lunch.
You see,
but a lot of people do have that. Like even in the office here, if I have a marketing meeting, I decide to do it at 2:30. Whereas you feel people have eaten, they're going to be boom. Sometimes people are.
It's easy because, this is not it may not be the correct answer, but it is definitely a very, very, very probable answer. And the thing is, a lot of people will have a simple carbohydrate meal. So we're talking about simple carbohydrates,
pasta,
sugars, and even less than that, not necessarily wholemeal pasta, they'll have just plain pasta. What's going to happen there is the fact that your digestive enzymes are going to break it down. Insulin is going to be released to extract the sugars out of it. But once the insulin has brought the sugar level down, you then hit the slump. So 2.5 hours later or so, you hit the slump
So
because there's no energy.
So keep your
Insulin's
carbs for
burnt.
night. Keep your carbs for night.
You've burnt that sugar.
Yeah. Okay.
Completely, and that leads to the afternoon slump. Some people might say, well, you might need this, what they call the power nap, a few minutes of sleep that is supposed to
less than
invigorate
20. Do you believe in that?
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, because I have tried it. When I was filming, I used to do it quite a lot with Susanna, and Susanna was the perfect power napper because we'd be like at lunch, she'd say, I just need to have sleep, because we did actually have 6 hours sleep. We worked 14 hours a day, so we were tired.
There is
and
a
it
science.
helped, but
There is a science
below
behind
20
it.
minutes. Yeah.
There is a science behind it. But
What have you got behind there? So I just want to
Well,
see.
I
There's always
thought-
exciting things that we should be taking. Okay.
I thought we'd go on to
Can
the
I start
next-
with this, because I love this? I
Okay.
love this.
Okay.
Finding the, let me introduce this one for you. But finding the right vitamin C for me has been a weird one. But I've been taking this the last month.
Liposomal vitamin
Let's
C.
talk vitamin C, ladies and boys, because you all might think, let me just reach for a vitamin C. I know I should take vitamin C, and you just reach for one. But there's this much of a cavern between a vitamin C that's actually going to work and do things, and a vitamin C that literally is going to go through your system, come out the other end of your pee, and do nothing to be absorbed by your body. Talk more, Shabir.
Okay, so I thought today we'd talk about. Do we just go into vitamins straight, or do you want
Yes!
to talk about liposomals as a technology?
Oh, let's talk about liposomals. Okay, so
Okay.
liposomals, first of all, is a delivery system.
It's a
So,
delivery system.
Yeah.
So what it is
I'm going to take this as
is
yeah.
before we talk about liposomal technology, I just sort of tend to highlight what affects the tablet to be utilized. So when you take a tablet,
So any supplement in a tablet form.
before
Yeah.
you even ingest a tablet or a capsule, what are the factors that stop its availability to the body?
It's absorption.
It's
Or-
absorption,
yeah.
so availability. So what we're talking about, the first thing is obviously heat, light, and moisture. So if the tablet has been kept in conditions which are not ideal,
Yeah.
they're not cooled, you
In the sunlight, with an open
things like
top.
that, then obviously those are going to affect the availability. Secondly, the availability of digestive enzymes. So a tablet or a capsule has to be broken down
Yeah.
by your digestive enzymes in order for it to become ready to be absorbed. Not, as we know, not everyone produces sufficient digestive enzymes. And
Yeah.
certainly as we age, we produce less and less
Yeah.
digestive enzymes. So that's factor number 2.
Yeah.
Factor number 3 is
This
the
is
fact
just a general thing of
general
taking
thing
vitamins,
of
ladies.
taking vitamins.
Things you've got to be aware of, because you should
not
be
just
chucking
vitamins,
out
not just
anything.
vitamins, drugs, as
Drugs,
well,
okay,
medications as
yeah.
well. Factor number 3 that affects bioavailability of vitamins and drugs. Food in the gut, in the GI tract.
Yeah.
Think about it. Our gut is never going to be empty.
So that's like that. You've got to get through a marsh
You've got
to go, and
yeah.
it's like
For
the
the-
soldiers going
for-
through the
yeah,
marshland to
yeah,
get to the other
yeah,
side.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. And then, of course, there are binders and fillers which may affect the availability in a tablet.
And cheaper, badly made
Cheaper,
pills might
yeah.
just have very bad binders.
So all those factors can be mitigated with the use of liposomals. This sort of technology.
Liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what it is a band of natural healthy fats
Yeah.
which have been charged on one end positive and on one end negative.
Yeah.
So they form a circle
Mm-hmm.
and they envelope a water solution inside them.
Okay.
So within that water solution, you can suspend anything you want, vitamin D, vitamin C, whatever, and it remains intact. It goes straight through the digestive system.
Yeah.
It's unaffected by anything. There are no binders, no fillers. It's a very, very economical way of
So it
taking
gets through,
Absolutely.
and it gets the job
so
done.
think about vitamin C.
Mhm.
Shall I open
You
it?
got to open it because it's a tricky one to open. You have to really push down. Oh, you've done it in a flash. But I think, ladies, this is a general supplement subject. I'm just going to put it like this, by the way, because this is a really. I love this vitamin C so much. I take a lot. I take 2. Tastes absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Slightly sugary, actually.
Yeah.
Well, not sugary, just this
So-
kind of there's a fake
The
sweetness.
benefits of
Yes.
vitamin C.
Mm.
So when you take vitamin C in an
It has to stay in
acid,
the fridge after you've taken it, by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
when you take vitamin C in an acid form, the bulk of the vitamin
What
C,
do you mean in an acid form? Do you mean
normal
in a pill or?
L-ascorbic acid.
Okay, like you put on our faces.
L-ascorbic
Yeah.
acid.
Yeah.
So when you take it in a standard form, the great majority of it is actually dumped. And there is a reason for it, because your stomach is highly acidic, your gut and the rest of your body are all alkaline. We're working in an alkaline environment
Yeah.
apart from your stomach. So when vitamin C hits the gut, the majority of it doesn't get absorbed and actually goes out. Which is why when we did the last video, I think people might have seen it on cleansing,
Yeah,
we used the effervescent vitamin C
we
magnesium
did. That's
crystals
right. Yes.
to cleanse the colon, because that form of vitamin C just
Yeah.
goes out and takes crap with it.
Yeah.
This vitamin C will be useless to cleanse the colon, but great for everything else.
So it's going to get through everywhere you need it.
Absolutely.
Does it mean that all our vitamins we want to have in this form? Because then does it mean that, oh, this is here, but it's got to cover, it's like...
In an ideal world, hopefully in my lifetime, we will see a lot more increase in liposomal products.
Yeah.
I mean, liposomal manufacturers were just waiting for them to create a great multivitamin. Would be amazing.
Fantastic.
The limiting factor is actually not the technology, but the manufacturers themselves, because the drug companies have already done so. They've been since the 70s taking drugs through the liposomal technology way through to individual glands themselves. And they've managed to get water-soluble ingredients within the liposomes, and they've managed to get oil-soluble ingredients within the outer layer of the liposome.
So this could be the future vitamin.
This could be the
Great.
future.
So vitamin C, consider liquid. I'll show you again because it is a brilliant vitamin C.
Now, 1 teaspoon of that, by the way, provides you with 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C.
Okay, what's vitamin C good for in a nutshell for those people who don't take vitamin C yet?
Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. We know it's involved in collagen synthesis as far as skincare goes. And actually the great majority of vitamin C is stored. 60% of our vitamin C is stored just under our skin. But of course vitamin C is involved in numerous biochemical reactions in the body, from hormone production.
Integral part of our system.
Part of our system.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I'm just going to pick up here.
This is
okay, all right. Okay, let's go.
I thought
curcumin.
we'd show all
Oh my
the
God, there's lots of different ones.
There are.
Okay, so we're going to go vitamin D3. It's still a bit wintry. There isn't so much sun around. Why do we need vitamin D? And
well, we used to
form
think vitamin D as being just for strong, healthy bones and teeth, etc. But scientists have now found out that vitamin D is actually involved in virtually every process that is carried out within the body. Every gland has a vitamin D3 receptor, which means that every gland requires it, which means every cell requires it. So vitamin D is very important. And whilst you were talking about vitamin C, and people used to take a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D officially now in the UK is the #1 selling supplement. More than vitamin C.
Amazing. It's had a good
so the liposomal technology, now we've incorporated curcumin.
Curcumin. I wonder everything now, because turmeric is a part of this ingredient, isn't it? So let's talk about inflammation to the body, Shabir.
Correct. So turmeric contains what they call curcuminoids, of which curcumin is the most powerful one. And curcumin is one of the most potent soft and hard tissue anti-inflammatories in the body. So it'll work for your hard structures, so say your bones, if you've got inflammation surrounding your bones, it will work for that, and it will work for soft tissue inflammation, so anywhere on the body where you've got inflammation.
So if you are exercising a lot and you get soft tissue inflammation, if you eat a lot of sugar, I physically now, just to let you know, not how in tune I am with my body, but how much it's affecting me, is whenever I eat high refined sugar, I feel my ankles swell. I mean, it's that direct the relationship of the inflammation sugar is causing in my body. And what I need to do is take less sugar, but in the meantime, I need something that reduces the inflammation. So I'm so excited. I'm going to be taking all of these.
Curcumin has numerous other benefits. It's considered the world's most important herb because it has been shown to protect our genetic material. But the most important thing is that it has the ability to trigger programmed cell death. So
in English, come on, try and get this in English, because this is getting quite technical.
Say you've got a cell, and you've got a DNA in there. If the DNA has gone wrong, that cell is not really good, is it? You want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what happens in a lot of instances is that cell replicates, and that same thing happens. So bad. So curcumin has the ability to kill that cell off.
And it's gone. Next one.
Coenzyme Q10.
Coenzyme Q10. Can I talk? Is this brain food? To an extent.
It oxygenates all our tissues in our body. So if you're oxygenating the brain, you're making it perform a little bit better. But crucially, it's been used for the cardiovascular system.
Yeah.
It's recommended always for the cardiovascular system and for preventing periodontal disease, because it's oxygenating the gums. So if you oxygenate the gums, you prevent the bad bacteria from thriving in the pockets of gum tissues.
So it's good for our teeth, good for our heart, but also CoQ10 I see a lot in skincare, like Vichy and High Street things.
Oxygenation
you see.
again.
So oxygenation for your skin
because
as well.
oxygenating the skin adds radiance.
Yes.
Remember, that's important.
God, I want to take some more of this now. I want to take all of this. And tell me about the last one as I open all these up and start to drink them. I'm going to tell you also how they taste, ladies, because we all need to know they taste okay. And I know they will, but anyway.
Like alpha lipoic acid is deemed the master antioxidant in the body.
Let me understand what this is. Put it up there again whilst we say what it is there. Okay.
Alpha lipoic acid.
What is it? Why do we need it?
It's an antioxidant that we produce within our bodies, but as we age, we don't produce sufficient of it. It is found in broccoli and spinach and organ meats.
Organ meat? You mean like
meats.
offal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the three main sources of it.
Okay.
It's called a master antioxidant because it's the only antioxidant that is capable of working in a water environment, which is the majority of our body, lungs, etc., and also in an oil environment, which is like where the liver is and things like that. So it works in every single gland of the body, which is why it's termed the master antioxidant. It protects against sugar damage. It has some anti-inflammatory benefits, but as an antioxidant, the most important thing is oxidative damage. Oxidative damage is what ages us, and this thing has been shown to protect us against oxidative damage.
So excited. I'm so excited. Can I ask you something?
These are a bit.
I get this. No, I'll do it later, it's fine.
Yeah.
I get this often. I'm just going to test this one so you can tell what it tastes like. I get asked this a lot, and this is this. Why do lots of ladies, not lots of ladies, but ladies will say, why take all these supplements when you can get it from food anyway? I'll get that comment a lot. So tell me why we should, why we don't get enough from our food. Just explain this to me, Shabir, so people really understand, because it's a lot of money to spend, and they think I could go in the supermarket and I could buy spinach and broccoli and.
I completely understand. The thing is, you have to remember that food these days, is several days old. In many instances, yes, if you were to eat local produce, great. But the orange that was
plucked
on the tree had 60 milligrams. By the time it's been flown and it reaches our supermarkets, and by the time it gets home, it's got an average of 5 to 10 milligrams of vitamin C in there.
All right. What if you're a part of the slow food movement? You only eat what's close to you.
Great. By all means, continue. But the thing is, are you going to get sufficient nutrients? I mean, I always believe that a multivitamin is an insurance policy, like an insurance policy. You're putting in your vitamins just to make sure that you don't have deficiencies. Because remember, one of the things I was going to say is that vegetables these days, for example, are not always indicative of what they're supposed to provide, because the soils are depleted of minerals and things like that due to poor agricultural practices.
Even
in the
if
past.
you're doing organic.
Yes, I mean, organic is great, don't get me wrong, but think about where a lot of organic farms are located in the UK. A lot of them are next to major motorways and A roads. What are we talking about? Pollution? Lead? I don't know. It's a debatable.
I know, it's a debatable. We could be here for hours, ladies.
Very debatable.
Anyway, what else is in your arsenal? Let's go. We've only got now, because the thing is this runs out soon. So we've got another 5 or 6 minutes to go through your sort of top 5 that you love.
Well, I thought that the next thing we would do is, because people were asking us to talk about hyperacidity and acid reflux.
Yes,
it's a big concern. It's a big concern, and I know we touched on this several
We have it as a part of things.
Very briefly.
Yeah. And I'm on omeprazole.
Omeprazole.
Omeprazole. I don't know how many of you are on that, but I get this thing which is like a heartburn, but it's just a very uncomfortable feeling, and I then went on to omeprazole, and you found me some more solutions. So these are, talk us through quickly acid reflux.
So acid reflux.
You might not even know you have it, so describe to somebody how they could have it and what it could be in.
The acid reflux is that basically the symptoms are simple. You're talking about belching, flatulence, maybe some burning in the throat. Sometimes you could end up with hoarseness and coughing all the time. Things like that. The coughing and the hoarseness and things like that are
common determinators.
Common determinators of repeated acid reflux. It's called GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, which is repeated flatulence and acid reflux. So, what are the causal factors? The causal factors are actually, contrary to popular belief, a lack of acid. So the usual things that people give out oh, let's go to the pharmacy and let's get some antacid. I'm not going to talk about the brands because I don't want to diss the brands.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Rennies, Tum-Tums, that's what I take.
Okay, wrong way of approaching it.
Okay.
Neutralizing the acid will actually create more problems because your stomach will then produce more acid. It will react to it. Remember how our body is self-reactive, self-regulating. So it will react to it and produce more acid. So you're just creating more problems later on, further down the line. People will then go on to be prescribed proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, right? But
I know what I take now. Let me know that I'm taking all those vitamins. I'm taking Cleavers. Is that the right one?
Cleavers is good for the lymphatic system.
No, which is the other one?
Betaine hydrochloride.
Betaine hydrochloride. Okay, right. Okay, so what are we going to take now?
We are looking to take something that actually increases your own acid production, and that's number one. Okay. Betaine hydrochloride.
Increase?
One with each meal.
There we
Preferably with a main meal.
All right.
Betaine hydrochloride, as it says, produces hydrochloric acid, encourages the production of hydrochloric acid.
Yeah.
Hydrochloric acid breaks down your food more efficiently. You're going to extract more nutrients out of it. And of course, the acids are not going to then go up. Because when you have improper breakdown of proteins, this is the biggest group, by the way. Proteins are the big culprits of acid reflux. If you can't break down
too many proteins, like if you have a lot of red meat.
A high protein meal is very hard to break down.
Okay.
So if you break it down more efficiently, it's less likely to come up.
Okay. I need to get that over. Sorry. Yeah. I'm just going to put something down with it. Yeah. Carry on. Sorry, Shabir. Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, and we've talked about this as well.
So much. This lady, I mean, I'm just going to say the wonderness of this because there's different apple cider vinegars. I used to take one in a glass, like looking like a wine bottle. I started taking this properly. Can I just show you? Look.
Wonderful.
Also, just that kind of bloating, belching, burping heaviness I had. I now take a sort of tablespoon of this in the morning, and the only thing is I have to brush my teeth afterwards. But talk us about the joys. Many of you ladies might be doing this already. If you've got a bloated tummy, if you're feeling all those things, you're going to bring it into acid reflux. Apple cider vinegar from Higher Nature at Victoria Health, and it's organic apple cider vinegar. Yeah. Okay. So, let's talk.
Why apple cider vinegar?
Yes.
Apple cider vinegar, as you know, again, is an acid. It's acetic acid. But the problem with the supermarket clear apple cider vinegar is it hasn't got the sediment, and it is the fermented sediment which is present in this bottle that contains probiotics, because apple cider is apple juice which has been fermented by the bacteria.
Yeah.
So this one has got the probiotics, which we know work to break down food more efficiently in the gut.
Yeah.
And then you've got a whole series of digestive enzymes, naturally occurring digestive enzymes that are going to further break down your food, so you're less likely to feel bloated, you're less likely to feel reflux and things like that.
Fantastic. It's a dreamy thing. Okay, we're going to do, can we very quickly go, oh yes, oh, my favourite babies! My favourite babies I'm now taking with every meal.
Yeah. Correct.
Life Extension's super digestive enzymes. So this is this to me is my bloated tummy no more dream team. Okay, so talk us through digestive enzyme in a nutshell, because I want to get back to a couple of questions.
In a nutshell, digestive enzymes, that sort of supplement breaks down your protein, it breaks down your carbohydrates, it breaks down your fibers from your meal, breaks down everything from your meal. Now, the idea of using, this was the third part of the program, was first of all you chew thoroughly. Yeah. You then have your apple cider vinegar to increase, and maybe betaine hydrochloride, one or the other or both. And then to further break down the food more efficiently, you take your digestive enzymes. So that was, in the protocol, that was number 3. Number 3.
Great, excellent. Okay, should we take a couple of questions coming up?
Lynn says, is it okay to take all your daily vitamins at once, or should you space them out throughout the day?
Yeah.
I am a great believer in spacing out nutrients as much as you can.
Yeah.
It is not always possible.
I know, I throw 12 in my mouth.
I know. It is not. I used to take 31 tablets a day, and Joe will tell you I used to carry a bag of supplements with me all the time, wherever I went. Now, the important thing is, if you're going to take vitamins should be taken ideally with some form of food, even if it's the smallest food.
Yeah.
Because even a tiny piece of toast will signal your brain and it will get all the digestive enzymes ready, and you want to extract the maximum out of your supplements.
Yeah, and if there's no active digestive enzymes,
then you're going to
broken down. Yeah.
Amino acids, on the other hand, we haven't really talked about amino acids today, but amino acids are the building blocks for proteins.
Yeah.
They should always be taken on an empty stomach because they are neutralized by dairy and things like that.
All right. So one day, Shabir, we've got to do a kind of I
how
think
to take vitamins and everything
it's
else.
like how to take vitamins, but it's
And
also
why should we take?
We introduce to our audience through Facebook and Instagram, because if you want to watch other stories, other things Shabir and I have tackled, we've done menopause, we've done lymphatic system, we've done detoxing your body, we've done rosacea, eczema, we've done lots of things, and it's on trinnylondon.com / the blog, and then Health Shabir. Otherwise, you can go on to Victoria Health, and Shabir talks in great detail about the subjects we cover. It's phenomenally informed. It's where I learn a tremendous amount of information from you, Shabir, and you educate me. But I think there's some ladies who see all the things I introduce them to, and some of them sometimes think, well, what should my routine be? So I think what might be nice, and we could just do this actually. We could write it up. It's like, what is every woman's essential vitamins to take? And if you suffer from, so let's say this is every woman, age 21 up, and then every woman who also has menopause, and then every woman who has menopause and digestive problems. I mean, then you're going to have these sections you add on as supplements. But I think the essentials, like, to me, if I had to think my essentials now, because I'm taking 22, I mean, those babies, also the speed and absorption, I'm loving. And then I do know that my stomach is really settled with what you were saying. So
I think there are some fundamentals that everyone should consider.
Yes.
And then there are additionals which vary according to whether you have digestive disorders, whether you're going through the menopause, you need to tackle that. So those are the additionals.
Yeah.
But there is an editorial I've written on our site called My Essential 6.
All right.
But it doesn't mean that you have to take 6 supplements.
No.
It just gives you a guideline of what 6 supplements are important. And then you might say, look, I have a really healthy diet. I really don't need a multivitamin.
And that's on Victoria Health under what? Under Shabir?
My Essential 6.
My Essential 6. Okay, great. Fantastic. Okay, we'll take last 2 or 3 questions.
Yes, Jeanette is on thyroxine, and she says she's been told it stops all her vitamins being absorbed. Is that true?
No, never. No.
Okay.
On the contrary, it enhances metabolism, which will increase the uptake of vitamins.
Okay. Crystal asks, is it best to wake up in natural light or have blackout curtains?
In my opinion, I prefer natural light to wake me up.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what time you go to sleep. Because if you go to sleep at 3 a.m, you might want blackout curtains if you have a very late sleep cycle. For me, I always feel, Shabir, and this is just a quick ending for this, that I have 2-hour sleep patterns. So if I get to sleep, like just before 10, I'll get really tired. If I sleep in that cycle, I'll go to sleep. If at 10:30, 10:45 I'm still awake, I won't sleep till 12:30. And there's a rhythm to our sleep, isn't there?
Well, remember that sleep has several cycles actually. It's called non-REM.
Yes.
Non-rapid eye movement sleep and REM sleep. So the non-rapid eye movement sleep, there are 3 stages. One is changing you from wakefulness to getting to sleep.
Yeah.
The second is light sleep, which is where most of us are at, light sleep. And then we have this 15-20 minute period of where we have deep sleep. And then you've got REM sleep, which is almost wakefulness again. Rapid eye movement, your blood pressure increases, your heart rate increases, and it's in this phase, we're going through the dreaming phase.
Okay.
Dreaming phase.
Right. And
but there are so many phases, and these phases are several times during the night. Yeah.
Okay.
And not always in that order as well.
Yeah. How can you help restless leg syndrome when trying to get to sleep?
Invariably, restless leg syndrome can be associated with either an iron deficiency, which is called Ekbom syndrome, or a magnesium deficiency. We tend to first recommend magnesium because 60% of the people are deficient in magnesium, maybe more. So that usually helps the majority. If magnesium doesn't work for you, you can get a magnesium oil spray. But if magnesium doesn't work for you, you then think about an iron supplement.
Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, you've got 2 other things here, and I always like to see whatever Shabir's brought in the bath because it's interesting. So
this
last
was
2
for
things.
people who cannot swallow that beta hydrochloride. they should.
All right, then they
have
could take that.
Centurion tincture.
I was actually recommended that ages ago.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know what it's doing in my bathroom. And last,
And this is apparently the world's first. Well, not apparently.
Yes.
It is the world's first. It's vegan health daily oral spray. So it's the 4 major nutrients in a sublingual format,
Yeah.
which contains the world's first vegan vitamin D3.
Great.
Vegan, not vegetarian.
Vegan. Carrie, if you're watching, a friend of mine's daughter's mum. Vegan. Fantastic. Shabir, it's been a delight. Ladies, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any further questions, it's difficult for us to answer them now, but I think we'll post this on Facebook in the middle of next week, so you can ask additional questions then, and we'll try and get them answered for you. Otherwise, always you can sort of go to Shabir's site and have a look.
Customer care, they can email customer
great.
care.
All right, thank you very much for coming in the bathroom. Hope it's given everybody a good idea and some inspiration for sleep and supplements. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.